welcome back to WitPro Reacts. I'm not a witness protection, just a guy in a shiesty, a bala, a ski mask, whatever you want to call it. I just like internet anonymity, to be quite honest with you. I don't really got nothing to hide, but I do want this channel to get larger, and I want to be able to walk around. If it does happen to get pretty larger, I want to be able to walk around. I want to be able to eat chicken fingers, or even have a glizzy in private. So this is the life I chose. But we back with another one. Channel been doing well, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still a small creator, but we grinding. I said I was gonna be more consistent. Here is Mr. Consistent. So I'm here. I'm gonna try to mix it up this time. This time I'm going with something a little different. 10 times doorbell cameras capture something terrifying. I was gonna go to a different user, but they have like this disclaimer in the front of it saying like they're gonna track down anybody reusing the content, when all they did was aggregate other people's actual fucking Ring camera footage, which is weird. It's weird as shit. I mean, granted, you put it together, but come on, bro. Like, you don't even own the video. Why are you doing all the hunting down? It's like if you see it on TikTok, report. Get your corny ass out of here. So, although I still can use it for use without an issue, hence why I gotta chat it up throughout the videos, it's not even worth it. It is what it is. I'm not even trying to have a back and forth with folks. Like, brother, you reusing the content. But neither here nor there. So we're gonna check out Chezoid, who at first glance seemed to be chill. I guess we found out. Well, I guess we'll find out when this video go out. I haven't had any like strikes or anything like that. There was one video where they couldn't really promote because the other person is monetizing it. So I got some type of message saying like, something to that effect. Like they couldn't really push the video through the algorithm because the other person is trying to monetize it, which, to be fair, it was a relatively new video. I get it. And it was an actual full content creator. It wasn't somebody like going to get police body cam or something like that. They were literally taking their time, putting together, camera crews and all the things. They were actually creating original content. It was a YouTuber, but I get it in that instance. But again, not this particular user. Chezoid, right now, you seem straight. But there's another user, I'm not even gonna put them on blast, but they do something like these Ring cameras, and they had this disclaimer at the front saying that they were gonna they want people to report if the content is being reused somewhere else. Like, the lack of self-awareness is crazy, bro. So you mad at us for third hand reusing it? You second hand reusing it, because you're not the original owner of any of this footage. All you are as an aggregator. How dare. But it is what it is. I'm trying to stay out of drama on these YouTube interwebs. So Chezoid, we're gonna check out again. 10 times doorbell cameras capture something terrifying. And I left this on purpose so you can see it, because a lot of the police videos that I see, I've already subscribed. I wanted to show you. I'm subscribing to Chezoid. I would have did the other person too if I used their video, but apparently a subscribe and a like ain't good enough for them. Subscribe, I hit the like. Then we're gonna check out the video. I just need you to do the same thing for me. I'm a small channel. I'm gonna aggregate these videos. You ain't even gotta go chase them down between the videos. You can just find them here, and I'm gonna mix them up. The next one I'm gonna do is this crazy kind of like, I guess, dash cam, a series of dash cam footage. And I already found one. I got it saved up here to watch next. So I'm going to do that one next and try to mix up the content a little bit. Seeing what stuff is a go, seeing what's not. And I don't mean by like interaction with the followers and supporters. I mean just like what content can I use just for future reference, or what things tend to get like marks or notes in the back end from YouTube, etc. So let's get into this video. I've been chatting enough, but fair use requires me to do a lot of this. But let's get into this video, see what's going on. I already know this is going to be a bunch of fuckery.
At first glance, it looks like a normal doorbell camera recording, but within seconds, something happens that's enough to send chills down your spine. A Reddit user named Emma reposted a deeply unsettling clip from a Ring home security camera that had already been circulating online and was originally uploaded to YouTube.
All right, so these types of apartments are called garden-style apartments. Previous life, I managed apartments. Not these types, usually like way too expensive apartments. With hundreds of units. This is called a garden-style apartment, where you got that open green space. You walk up, you get to each of the individual apartments from like outside, like your apartment door. The common space leading to your apartment door is still technically outside for the most part. And you got, like I said, you got an open grassy area, and it's a lot more accessible. They're usually low rise, 2 to 3 floors at the most, 3 at the very most. And I like them, but you gotta be careful with those because people get way too close to your front door for it to be an apartment. When it's a house, somebody coming to your house, you would expect nobody's really passing your door, coming onto your property unless it's actually for you. On a garden style, you can be going to another apartment upstairs and just decide to be on some fuck shit on the way up. It's just way too close to your front door, and it's just an individual door. So, you got to find a right garden style apartment. The more you know, rainbow up.
YouTube. The identity of the homeowner and the exact location remain unknown, but the footage itself is enough to make anyone rethink their home security. The video shows what appears to be a shared hallway inside an apartment building, captured by a Ring doorbell camera. Suddenly, a person walks into frame. What immediately raises alarm is that the individual appears to be holding a knife. Instead of approaching a single apartment, the person begins moving methodically from door to door, bending down and checking underneath each doormat. Many viewers believe
See? That's what I'm talking about. Way too easy to get to a front door, and now they check it under the mat for a spare key. Never do that, y'all. Find a homie you trust that's easy to get to. If you want to, like, just in case I'm in a pinch, I need to get to my spare key. Never in an apartment setting do this shit. And if you got your own house and you got a really good hiding spot that you think not being watched, then maybe. But even then, I'd be like, find something that's like attached. It can be locked if you're gonna do that, and you got the pass. Otherwise, I wouldn't recommend doing that, especially in an apartment setting. No chance.
He's searching for spare keys hidden under the mats, likely hoping to find an easy way into.
Nope. I'm telling you right now, if I did this and this person, again, they saying it's a guy, if homeboy found my key, that's gonna be the last key he touched. Look, a knife in his mouth, got like crosses written on his chest. You're not making an example out of me, brother. Not happening. That would be the last key you ever find under somebody's mat. No chance. Nah.
Someone's home. The man's appearance sparked a heated debate in the comments. Some people think he looks disoriented or possibly under the influence of drugs, while others argue that his behavior seems deliberate rather than random. If there's one takeaway from this video, it's simple. Always lock your doors and never leave a spare key where someone might think to look.
Never. We're gonna have to deal with it when the cops get there, because if this person disoriented, drugs, I don't give a shit what they are. You got a knife in your mouth. I'm not giving you the benefit of the doubt in that way. You got a knife in your mouth and you going under mats, random mats, just trying to find a key. Brother, you ain't got nothing good going on. And if you do, we gonna find out later. Now, you may not be around to find out with us, but me and the cops, we gonna figure it out. But you may be observing from a different plane.
Almost every night, a sleepwalking neighbor shows up in the backyard and starts doing genuinely disturbing things. A woman named Mandy, who lives in Western Massachusetts, began sharing dozens of unsettling videos on TikTok, all captured by security cameras around her home. In each clip, the same pattern repeats. The neighbor lives nearby, yet for some reason, she
I'm calling false on this one. I'm calling false. You already sharing all the spooky stuff on TikTok, and you just happen to have a neighbor that sleepwalks and does spooky shit in your backyard in the middle of the night. Cap.
regularly walks over to Mandy's house late at night and wanders around the property, behaving in a strange and unsettling way.
Let me tell you something though. I just want to make a comment. The first time, if this is true, and this is not staged or she ain't in on it, whoever the person is that on the TikTok, the first time this happened, and I'm in my bedroom, and I hear that fucking ha 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 coming out of the darkness with the woods and shit behind. Man, I got 15 minutes to find out what I'm looking for. Otherwise, that I'm gonna be up all night on the back porch with an industrial military grade flashlight. Anything move, you better make your presence known. You better treat me like a fucking bear or a cougar in a wild. Don't surprise me. Make your presence known. Just plan on doing that, because the second I hear that creepy ass laugh coming out of the woods, I ain't going to sleep. So I could be making terrible decisions of being sleep deprived. And I'm a person that cannot do. I'm not a power napper. I'm not a regular napper. I'm not a siesta person. If I sleep, I'm going to sleep. If I can't go to sleep, I am so foggy brained. I'm telling you right now, I'm not making the best decisions. So if you ha and I ain't get a chance to go to sleep, especially if I came back from work, make your presence known.
It was later revealed that the woman suffers from a severe form of sleepwalking, and for reasons no one can explain, she seems drawn specifically to Mandy's yard. In the footage, she can be heard making disturbing noises, growling, hiding as if someone is after her, approaching the front door, and whispering in an eerie voice, asking to be let inside. Mandy has repeatedly asked her neighbor to either secure her home at night or seek medical help, but the issue has been ignored.
All right, so
where the fuck is she going?
She ran up through there, and then she came behind that tree, and she ran this way.
What are you doing?
It looked like she went either behind that shed with the garage door or between the two sheds, but I'm not 100% sure.
She out there.
I know she ran in this direction. However, it was so far away that I couldn't tell if she actually went behind and into the woods or if she just went down the driveway and onto the road.
Hell no.
She has also contacted the police.
Bro, and I'm from the city. When you out in rural areas or even like deep in the suburbs where like is less street lights because you got more like space, more privately owned space, it gets super dark around there. I'm too much of a city slicker. I'm getting squeamish. You can't be fucking around, running around in my backyard at night, sweetheart, on the side. You're gonna have to figure something out. We're not gonna be at the mercy of what you got going on every night. And if you are diagnosed with some clinical form of sleepwalking, if you do something, you're gonna get away with it. Nah, we ain't taking that chance. Nah, sweetheart, you're gonna have to find some good medicine. I don't know what it is, but you need that shit to put you in such a deep sleep you don't even think about walking in your sleep. I need you to be tired as shit. I need you to be extremely tired. Because unless you about to hit that main road and get in some steps on that pedometer while you sleep on your weight loss journey, you're gonna have to stay off my property with all the extras, miss. I'm sorry. I can't do it.
Multiple times, yet nothing has changed, and the nightmare continues.
Hell no. And she dressed like she want to be a
On
ghost.
November
She got me
22nd,
fucked up.
2019, at around 8 p.m., a doorbell camera at a home in the Harriet Creek Ranch neighborhood in Texas captured a young girl approaching the front door. She was holding a flashlight and looked extremely frightened. The girl kept glancing over her shoulder, as if checking whether someone might be following her.
Help, please.
Unfortunately
hell
for her,
no.
the house she approached was empty. The homeowners were away on vacation, so there was no one there to answer the door.
All right, so I'm telling you right now, if this happened and somebody was using some elaborate scheme to set me up, they got me. Because I'm not leaving no child outside. Again, we'll call the cops immediately, but I'm going out. So if you're trapping me to try to like open the door and then her crazy culty parents run in behind me with their strangers burlap sack mask on, I'm caught. I'm caught in the middle of the night. A child looking over their shoulder scared. Nah, we opening the door. So y'all got me. If that's the trick, y'all got me. But you better be prepared, because that little motherfucker, if I find out, is trying to set me up, is getting punted across the room, and then we gonna have a battle. But just in general, if this happened, yeah, I'm going out. I'm going straight out. Nope, we ain't letting shit happen to kids. Nah, nope, not happening. Not happening. A little kid running away middle of the night saying help please. Got me. You got me. You know, Dave Chappelle said Dave Chappelle one of his, I think it's Killing Me Softly, he talked about the baby on the corner trick, how he was driving through DC and late night and he saw a baby on the corner. He talking about how he thought it was a setup. Said, nah, he thought you got me. Well, baby on the corner trick. Nope. Roll the window up and keep driving. Tell the driver keep driving. I'm the opposite of that. What is it? When at my house? Nah, you caught. I'm caught. The old baby on the corner trick. You got wit.
This seemed to make her even more panicked as she continued begging for help.
Help, please. Please help.
By the time the homeowners later noticed the footage, it was already too late. The girl had long since disappeared, and there were no signs of her anywhere in the neighborhood. But one question remained: who was this girl?
Yeah, who is she?
And why did she come to their door that night in such a terrified state? The homeowners didn't recognize her, and she didn't look like any of the neighborhood kids either. They contacted the police and uploaded the footage online, hoping someone might recognize her. Sadly, 6 years have passed since the video was recorded, and the girl has never been identified. Still, people on the internet have come up with several theories about what might have happened. One of the more tragic theories suggests that the girl may have been 9-year-old Serenity Dennard, who had gone missing earlier that same year. Serenity had been diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder and disruptive mood dysregulation disorder.
What is that?
Because of this, she often struggled with emotional instability and had attempted to run away.
So I don't know what thing he just mentioned is, what disorder that is, but this headline right here is exactly what I'm talking about. If this is a trap, you definitely got me, because I'm not leaving no fucking child out in the middle of the night. Now, as I'm opening the door, I'm already calling the cops then. For sure. Like, as I'm going and I notice on the Ring camera that I'm got to go open the door, I'm already calling the cops so they could be on their way. Like, yo, this little girl in the middle of the thing asking for help. I don't know what's going on. I'm about to go open the door. Head over here. Here's the address. But if I see somebody run in, I'm Short term, I gotta punt this little girl. Now I know she don't know any better. She's just doing what the adult told her to do. But if that's the situation, short term, I gotta punch your little ass. I gotta give you a nice little Vinny Testaverde old school field goal kick from the 40. Yeah, I gotta get you out of there, little girl. I just gotta clear space because I don't want the long term harm to happen to you, but the other people gotta get the long term harm. Because you're just a child following what the adults told you to do. But if it's this situation, you probably got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Way multiple times. She had been staying at Black Hills Children's Home, a youth treatment facility near Rockerville, South Dakota. Unfortunately, staff members were unable to keep proper track of her, and on February 3rd, 2019, she ran away from the facility. A massive search effort involving more than 1,200 people was launched. Despite their efforts, however, no trace of Serenity was ever found. The leading theory was that she may have run into the wooded area surrounding the facility, gotten lost, and died from exposure to the cold. However, police did not rule out the possibility of foul play. This is where the mysterious doorbell footage comes in. Many people speculated that the girl in the video might have been Serenity, who had disappeared 9 months earlier. Some believed that a kidnapper could have taken her to another state, and that after months in captivity, she managed to escape and tried to ask for help. Although Serenity's family reviewed the footage and said the girl in the video was not her, many people online still believe the possibility cannot be ruled out. Investigators were never able to find Serenity, and the search was officially suspended in early 2021. The girl seen in the haunting doorbell footage has never been identified either, leaving the entire case an unsolved mystery.
Dang.
What would you do if you suddenly heard someone screaming for help in your neighborhood? This disturbing incident was captured by a doorbell camera in the Lamert Park neighborhood of Los Angeles.
I got my headphones on. My dumbass leans in closer to the computer like that's gonna make me hear more. I literally have noise canceling. You know what? As I say, players fuck up too.
In 2019. In the footage, a car can be seen driving past the house, while the sound of a woman desperately crying out for help can be heard coming from inside the vehicle. After reports of a possible abduction, the doorbell footage prompted authorities to begin investigating the incident. Police later stated that when officers first arrived at the scene, they found no clear evidence of a kidnapping. However, the disturbing footage seems to suggest otherwise. The woman can be heard crying and repeatedly begging for help for more than 30 seconds. The car passes by the camera around 11 p.m., just as the homeowner steps outside to see what is happening. She also claims she heard a man's voice saying, "Sorry." According to her, the footage appears to show the man pulling the woman's hair while she sits in the passenger seat. The vehicle then left the neighborhood with its trunk still open. After the video was shared online, authorities launched an investigation into a possible kidnapping, but it ultimately produced no results.
What the fuck is up? It's a block full of people. And I seen the woman whose video it is and the person across the street right there. Y'all ain't run to the curb at least to try to get, I mean, the trunk is open, but at least see what type of car it was. The trunk is open, so you ain't gonna see the license plate, which is definitely kidnappy. It's a very, I guess, crafty thing to do as a kidnapper. So you don't get to pay attention. You don't really get to see somebody's license plate. Although driving is gonna make you a target for the police if you happen to run into them with just driving around with your trunk open. Damn, man, it's crazy. Y'all be safe out here, man. That's insane.
Have you ever seen a video where you can't quite tell what's going on, yet somehow it still feels deeply unsettling?
See, immediately, I got an issue with this. Can y'all stop playing around with clown shit? I don't even have a clown phobia, and I'm a big horror movie fan, but I feel like my window for exercising patience is this small with a person being creepy and shit in the clown outfit. I don't know why. Clown shouldn't even have that reputation. Sure, it's been a couple people in horror movie history that have been clowns, and some in real life. One was a serial killer, right? But I have this much patience for somebody fucking around in a clown outfit. Again, I'll have a conversation with the police later on, but short term, who told you to do it? Who told you to do it?
That's exactly the case with this clip, which began circulating online without any context. It appears to be security footage from a camera mounted on the porch of a home. An unknown person, dressed as a clown, walks up the porch steps, carrying a sack wrapped in red fabric. It looks like he's trying to send some kind of message to the homeowner, or...
Here's another thing. You my skin folk, I see that that's a black man right there. But we don't really fuck around with clowns. As a group, we don't really fuck around with clowns like that. So the fact that you decided to wear a clown mask and do all this extra shit tells me nobody told you to do it. So, you know, I come out of my door and just ask you a half a question that just says, you know, why? If I don't like your answer, patience is this small. I'll give you a little bit more patience. But you still ain't got that much patience. This much. Because what you doing out here? Walking around in the dark with this on. And a prop body bag with blood. Nah, you sending the wrong signals on a porch you don't know the owner of. So, who told you to do it?
maybe just scare them by leaving the sack at the door and knocking. But the real question remains, what's actually inside the bag? The clown then starts wandering around the porch in a seemingly random way, peering through the windows and the front door. The video that spread online cuts off shortly after.
First of all, why you trying to hide your big ass is on this well-lit porch? He gonna back up when the car gonna pass, like they can't see your big ass. They see you. Why are you backing up behind this damn this brick railing over here? Like they can't see you. He gonna try to turn sideways. He gonna back up and turn sideways, y'all. This guy's playing the game. He's obviously batshit crazy. I'm gonna give you a little bit more patience, just because I think something wrong with you. Because anytime you this guy and you back up, turn sideways in that pole, and you think that car don't see you on an extremely well lit porch, yeah, you tapped.
Leaving viewers disturbed and wondering what happened next. Later, it was discovered that the video had been uploaded to the YouTube channel Billy the Fridge under the title Creepy Killer Clown Sighting. Most likely, it was simply a prank played on neighbors or friends, which means that whatever people imagined was...
Now, if it's a friend or something like that, and I know who the person is, like I'm the homeowner and I realize this is my thick back ass friend, then it's funny. But if this is an actual stranger, well, the doctor, when they patch you up, need to be like, but why? Why am I being called into emergency surgery because you decided to make this decision tonight? What's the purpose? Why?
Inside the sack was probably nothing more than a prop.
All right, that last move tells me he knows the person.
This disturbing video shocked viewers after a homeowner's doorbell camera captured a tense late-night encounter. In the footage, recorded at an undisclosed location, a man can be seen approaching the house carrying what appear to be a sword, an axe, and a hammer. His behavior suggests he's searching for something, which led one viewer to speculate that he might have been looking for a hidden spare key.
Nah, through the door. You hear me? Through the door. Now, if I ever meant I'll deal with the police later on, I'll figure it out later. Him, a axe, a sword, a hammer, creepy guy looking for a way in through the door, bro. Through the door. I'll replace the door. Matter of fact, I won't even replace the door. I just make a lower peephole. I'll just use that hole as a lower peephole because I'll figure it out later, brother. Why would you? Matter of fact, this is Ring, so you can use the microphone. If I catch this, you have exactly 4 2/5 seconds.
Fortunately, after a short time searching around the property, the man appears unable to find what he was looking for. He eventually leaves the area without attempting to enter the home. Although the man's intentions remain unclear, the unsettling footage serves as a chilling reminder of the importance of security cameras and why it's never a good idea to leave spare keys hidden outside your house.
There's so much to say here that I'm just gonna press play.
This creepy and unusual clip was posted on the TikTok account.
Nah, why you look like House? House MD, you know the show House? This don't remind y'all of House. This is House. House, if you don't get the hell out of here, get from in front of my peephole, House. You got some patience or something to deal with. Get the fuck from over here, please.
Anton Rakis, where it quickly racked up a huge number of views. Even after the creator confronted the strange man and asked why he was following him, the man continued trailing behind him.
Why are you following me? I'm not following you.
When the creator eventually got off the train, the man lost sight of him, allowing him to return safely to his apartment.
What? Where are they at? There's some indoor house railings with an elevator in it and people just walking through? What the hell is this? Is that a hostel?
However, the following day the mysterious individual appeared again. This time, he was already inside the building.
Man, that's a lie.
Shocked and frightened,
I don't believe
the
this
creator quickly rushed back to his apartment and locked the door. But before he could even process what was happening, a sudden aggressive knock came from the other side.
I don't believe this.
Feeling that the situation was becoming dangerous, the man called the police.
Please, open the door. Please.
I really started to be scared. He stayed quiet at my door for at least 20 minutes.
I don't know if he's still here.
Don't skip this. I don't believe this one.
No crime had been committed. Because of that, the man was released.
I don't believe this.
The next video tells the story of a man named Jeff Richards,
Now,
who has been documenting a disturbing situation involving his neighbor for several years. Since 2017, Jeff has been collecting video evidence of an unwelcome neighbor sneaking around his home at night and engaging in increasingly strange behavior. On September 30th, 2017, Jeff uploaded a video to his YouTube channel titled "Creepy Neighbor Caught on Security Camera." It was the first in a long-running series, with the final video posted in 2021. At first glance, many of the clips seem fairly uneventful. Just a man walking around at night, not doing anything particularly threatening. He stays on his side of the fence, and his appearances are brief. Sometimes he appears to be looking for something. And while this typically happens between 2 and 4 a.m., it doesn't seem too alarming at first. But the more you watch, the more suspicious his behavior becomes. He frequently peers over...
Yeah, get your freaky ass in the house. I just realized you got a fucking pants on. 2 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. Get your freaky ass in the house, bro. Nice try, Diddy.
Jeff's fence, seemingly interested in his property, though it's unclear what exactly he's looking for. In some videos, the man is seen carrying a rifle.
See, now this is where we get a problem. This is where it escalates when I'm watching a video now, because now you get no patience for shit that you're doing. You cross that. What I'm gonna call is, if you haven't seen the movie Life, don't you cross that gun line. Don't you cross that gun line. You cross that fence, that's the gun line. Because now that's escalation. Because you walking around with a rifle for no reason. Yeah, nah, I'll take that as a threat right now. You cross that gun line, I'll figure it out with the police. I'll figure it out. We'll have a conversation about why I did what I did. I'll show them the footage. That should be okay. But this at that point, we're going to have a conversation about it. You don't cross that gun line. Freaky neighbor, don't cross that gun line.
Reportedly for hunting birds, but
No
viewers
damn hunting
understandably
birds.
found this unsettling. Things
Not
take a
hunting no
truly
damn bird,
disturbing
you
turn
weirdo.
when the neighbor begins interacting with Jeff's security camera. At first, he just stares directly at it with a creepy smile. Then, he starts shining a flashlight into the lens, almost as if to say, "I see you." Eventually, he escalates to making rude gestures at the camera.
And bro threw up gang. Yeah, he threw up gang signs. Hold on. This guy's in a fucking freaky neighbor in a gang. Yeah, blood. Look at him. Yo, look. He throwing up gang signs. Look at this guy.
See you. Eventually, he escalates to making
Look,
rude
man, no
gestures.
regular bird. He did some other shit with his hands. I'm not even trying to do it because I don't know what I'll be saying out here that you're gonna think I'm involved with something that I am not. But a freaky neighbor is
At the camera. In the comments
guy's
under
out
the
his
fourth
mind.
video, Jeff revealed that this man has been acting this way for over 30 years. When Jeff's children were just 6 and 8, he caught the neighbor taking photos of them near the side of the house. Jeff says he reported the behavior to the police.
What you mean taking pictures? Taking pictures of doing what? We already had an issue. You've been living next to this guy for 30 years and he'd be creepy like this? You know what? I don't even know why you posting this, brother. If he ain't do nothing in 30 years, you
But
good.
nothing was
And
done.
If you ain't do nothing
Viewers
about
have
it or move
speculated
in
that the
30
neighbor
years,
might be
eh,
sleepwalking, intoxicated,
y'all chill.
or suffering from dementia.
That's just
As a
what y'all
result
got
of this
for 30
ongoing
years,
situation,
guys.
Jeff's family eventually installed a tall privacy fence.
Whoever posited that this guy's been dealing with some kind of dementia for 30 years, for 30 plus years, nah, that's not how that works.
When asked for updates, Jeff confirmed that the strange behavior hasn't stopped. The neighbor still comes out at night, shines his flashlight around, and occasionally makes obscene gestures
Does he
toward
have
the
a
camera,
family?
though now with longer gaps between incidents. On the night before Thanksgiving in 2020, Joey Archer, his wife Beth, and their young daughters were fast asleep in their home in Rainier, Washington. Around 6:30 a.m., they were suddenly jolted awake by the sound of their doorbell ringing frantically. Joey jumped out of bed and rushed to the front door, thinking a neighbor might be in trouble. While he went to check, Beth pulled up their security camera footage and was horrified to see that her car was no longer in the driveway. What she saw next was even more disturbing.
What the fuck?
A bearded man, someone she didn't recognize, was trying to break into Joey's car using a shovel. When Joey got to the front door and saw it for himself, he realized the man appeared unstable and potentially dangerous. He decided not to confront him directly and instead called the police, helplessly watching as the man continued to smash the vehicle.
Is it two
Meanwhile,
people?
Beth ran to their daughter's rooms to alert them. She told them someone was trying to break into the house and instructed them to climb out the window and run to the barn to hide until they figured out what to do. As the girl
I would have already been on the phone with the police and that warning shot would have already occurred. You taking a lot of chances here, buddy.
girls ran for safety, Joey noticed the intruder had shifted his focus away from the car and was now approaching the house, still holding the shovel. Realizing their lives were in immediate danger, Joey waited until the man smashed the glass on the front door, then grabbed the shovel from him and struck him twice in the head. He chased the man into the yard and managed to pin him down until the police arrived. Out of concern for their safety, the family chose not to publicly identify the intruder. However, authorities charged the man with residential burglary, trespassing, and attempted vehicle theft. Trying to piece together how the man had gotten onto their property, the Archers reviewed their security footage. What they discovered was chilling. The man had been lurking around for nearly half an hour before anyone woke up. He'd rummaged through their garage and had even managed to back one of their cars into a ditch. In a Facebook
that's what I was
post after the
wondering. What the fuck
incident,
did he do with the first
Joey
car?
described the ordeal as every father's worst nightmare and urged other families in the area to install home security systems for protection. Following the terrifying event, Joey purchased both a shotgun and a pistol and upgraded the barn's locks and surveillance systems to make sure nothing like this ever happened again.
Okay.
As for the man, it was never confirmed whether he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol. But the fact that he stood at the door ringing the bell for several minutes before trying to break in strongly suggests that he wasn't in his right mind. It's possible he was suffering from a serious mental illness, but since the family decided to keep the case private, we'll probably never know for sure. This disturbing Ring doorbell camera clip surfaced online after a frightening late-night incident in Florida. The footage was posted on X by the account Clown World and quickly began circulating as viewers tried to understand what exactly the camera had captured in the early hours of the morning.
What the fuck is this problem with wind chimes?
Reports say that a family inside the home was asleep while all of this was happening.
Nah, this dude was at his fucking wit's end with the fucking wind chimes. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened right here. He told the neighbor, can y'all please take the wind chimes down? Because y'all created this little alley of wind in the front of your home, and all I hear all day and all night is these wind chimes. And they ain't take the wind chimes down. Because for some reason, they like that fucking sound all day. Every now and again, cool, it's calm and it's chill. But when it's windy all the time, and Steve next door, he got sick of that shit. They said, I'm taking these fucking wind chimes down first, and then I'm fucking your camera up. That's all that happened. There's nothing to see here. Steve was just sick of them fucking wind chimes. I get it. I get it. Because I would be too. Anyway, that's enough creepy for today. Or at least when I upload it, it will be enough creepy for today. All right, y'all. Stay safe out there. Stop hiding your keys under mats. And you don't need wind chimes in 2026. Throw them the fuck away. Throw them away. Throw them away. You don't need wind chimes. Stop it. We don't want to hear them. None of us. We don't want to hear your wind chimes. Buy a couple acres of land, plop your property in the middle of them, go wind chime crazy. Residential area, other homes really close by, get them out of here. Or I'm going to be with Steve next time with the pitchfork. Anyway, the next time, stay out of the ring doorbell cameras and stay on people's property without their permission. Unless you're going to deliver good news or food. No creepy shit though. They turned out bad. The next time, stay out of trouble in general because I don't want to react to you. But you know I will. You know I will.